It is actually rather intimidating in some ways coming back to Sandhurst to speak. So who am I to be talking to this illustrious gathering about leadership? This is a human brain. It's the right size. It's obviously not the color of our brains. But why would I be talking about the brain? The point is, in networking, you talked about events that went badly wrong. What was it that went badly wrong? It's this little bit of the brain down here in the limbic system in the middle which got overactive. It's the old reptilian part of our brain which we go into fight, flight or freeze. And you're in an event, you may be at work in one of the law firms and people are shouting at you and they want the results, or they say, come on, think. Well, of course, those moments when that happens, you've got running inside the brain cortisol and adrenaline. And actually, you don't think. The best bit of the brain to do your finest thinking is here. It's called the right ventrolateral prefrontal cortex, for those who are vaguely interested. But it's this front part of our brain, this bit here. And when you are pumping around adrenaline and cortisol, you do not think. You become stupid. Your IQ actually drops 20 to 30%. So that's when networking goes badly wrong. You feel awful inside yourself. You've not made the right connection, you're out of sorts, and it goes wrong. To connect in a way that it does work well, and that front of the brain is active, and you are at your finest and you do your best thinking, what you want is you want to make a connection with people. You want to build trust, find a link, a connection. What you then get going around the brain, oxytocin, which is that connection factor that mother gets with child, friends get with each other. Serotonin, which is a feel-good factor about how you feel about yourself. Dopamine and endorphins, that feeling you get from perhaps running or exercise, but you certainly get when you're with people that you like. So what I'm encouraging you to do is make those connections in a way that you feel good about yourself and you build trust with the people you're with. I then went on to do things like the Cypress Mountain Marathon, where in the first year we came 5th, a team of 3 that it was. And in the second year, when I was with the Scots Guards, we won it. And we still, I believe, hold the record, 8 hours and 9 minutes from sea level to 6,000 feet, running a marathon through these checkpoints and back down again. But there were moments in that when we were completely exhausted. I remember getting to the summit and we were almost there, and the teams, every checkpoint was saying, you're doing really well. And the guardsman and the piper who were with me, they said, boss, we're knackered. We're going to have to walk. I said, there's no way. And I grabbed hold of them by the front of their T-shirts and started marching up the hill, pulling, okay, we're coming. Because it was at that moment, in the darkest part of the night, it's just before the dawn. You've got to keep going when you feel like giving up. And as the leader, before I got hold of the front of their T-shirts, I was thinking, oh, it's a bit difficult. This is awkward. You know, perhaps we should walk. And that's the moment, that courageous moment, that you make a decision to be uncomfortably difficult and do something that is the right thing to do. Because by the end of that first day, we were winning. And then when we legged it down the hill again on the second day, we were like mad things. And I remember the Scots Guards commanding officer, a guy by the name of General Mackay-Dick, come on, the Scots Guards! He was yelling from a helicopter as we were running like in chariots of fire, just along, with a piper playing his pipes. It was so eerie. And we came running in to the finish, and the whole of the battalion, the 2nd Battalion of Scots Guards in Cyprus, in Episcopi, were there, just screaming at us, lifting us like some Celtic Rangers football match onto their shoulders and carrying us around.